There are some anime series that tend to go under the radar, even though there is no flaw either in TOT. One such story was Sirius The Jaeger. When it first came out in September 2018, the series was not as popular, but as the years have gone by, fans have developed a liking for the unconventional story of vampire. Slowly but steadily, the demand for Sirius The Jaeger Season 2 is also rising. So as months go by in 2022, what is the update on the renewal of the series? Is there a delay in the fans only heard last from the makers of Shiriusu Shiriusu's Yēgā Anime back on September 27, 2018. This was the day when the final episode of the first season aired. This means that there has not been a renewal of the series since then. There was a certain buzz in 2020 that the anime was delayed due to the pandemic outbreak. However, the word did not get any solid backing ever since then. Thus, fans would have to wait for a longer time to get the second season. This is both good and bad news in terms of renewal. For the good part, Shiriusu Shiriusu's Yēgā, or Sirius The Jaeger, is an original anime produced by P. The series was directed by Masahiro Ando. Now that there is no source material for the series, there is also no limitation of running out of SE. But then it also becomes tedious work for the production team. As for Sirius The Jaeger Season 2, the animation is preceded by the writing of the series. This takes a longer time than a direct adaptation. Coming back to renewal, since there is no source material like a manga or light novel, the revenue generated by selling the listening rights and viewership is the only way an anime can be. So now the wait is on PA. Works to take a call on the return of the series. Related content, 13 most heartbreaking anime. The Anime Daily. Yes, the chances of the comeback of Sirius The Jaeger Season 2 are quite high. Overlooking the fact that it has already been 4 years since the halt, the relevance of the show Moreover, there is a good chunk of the audience engaged with the pages to increase the rating of the. Visibly so, the IMDb rating of the show is 6.8 stars out of 10. The show has performed even better on my anime list with a score of 7 stars. More than 100,000 fans have rated the show as such. In the anime world, these ratings are more than just good for the return of any show. However, it seems like Studio PA Works did not earn well enough in the first season, but there is still hope for them to bring it back. This is where the power of fans is seen. If you wish to see the second season of Shiriusu Shiriusu's Yēgā come back, then the only way to Sirius The Jaeger is a beyond amazing anime. I would seriously and highly recommend that everyone Many petitions lay stranded in the alleys of the internet. You can also sign them and demand them for the season from the makers. Since the entire time between the first season and now has been the time of the pandemic, the theory. Adding to this is the fact that the anime industry was going through a period of loss. Thus it is possible that the project got shelved during that time. However, fans should note that these are all conjectural comments. None of these words were ever confirmed or green flagged by the studio ever in the past. Even now, the production company is silent in the face of rising concerns. If there is any word from the side of the makers, you will learn all about it right here. The overall plot of Sirius The Jaeger tells the story of a group of vampires that arrive in Japan But knowing that this clan will inflict one more country, another group of hunters follows them into. These hunters call themselves Jaegers. The aim is to stop these people from getting the Ark of Jaegers, or the world will see an end to all. However, all through the journey, most of the members of the cult have died and only one man remains. Howe, the last standing fighter, not only has to stop all the vampires, but she also has to avenge Ti. Towards the end of the season, Howe manages to get his hands on the Ark of Jaegers. However, being the man who holds the strongest power in the world, there are many races and rulers. In the second season, some new villains will be introduced who might try to form an alliance with the Eri. In the above-mentioned subhead, the licensing rights and revenue were teased for a definite reason. In December 2018, Netflix bought the streaming rights of the show right as the television adaptation. This gives weight to the theory that the streaming service might have a role in bringing back the Esheshi. In the past, Netflix has tried to bank on dying series by reviving them at the last moment. Some examples of this include Netflix anime originals and shows like Lucifer. Thus, if the content platform sees the potential in the second season, through your demands and petty works to bring back the show. At the time of writing, the series itself has not been renewed, let alone the release announcement. At this point, the entire dependence is on the animation company and the loyal fan base who can save. Since there is no merch and practically no marketing over the banner, only fan demands can show make. If the series does get a renewal, then it would take 1 year at the least for it to make it to the Shiriusu Shiriusu The Jaeger or Sirius The Jaeger. Season 2 will only come back after mid-2023. In case of an announcement prior to this, you will be updated about the same. Thus, stay in touch with the Amy Daily to get more updates.